In other news, a major cleanup is underway after a giant oil spill near a small community in Arkansas. The Exxon pipeline was carrying Canadian crude oil, and this latest spill is raising more red flags from opponents of the proposed Keystone pipeline. Asha Tomlinson's on the story and joins us now with more. So, Asha, let's just start with the latest on the cleanup efforts.
And Nancy, cleanup crews are working around the clock right now. That includes about 100 ExxonMobil employees, along with local, state, and federal officials. Now, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency says they are considering this oil spill to be major, which means it's anything over 250 barrels of oil, which is why they're staging for a much bigger spill. And they say that they're taking extra precautions doing this. Right now, about 4,500 barrels of oil has been cleaned up and recovered, but it's not clear how much is left. That's what they're looking into right now. We can tell you 22 homes in the area had to be evacuated. And when you look at this video, it's of someone driving around in the neighborhood of Mayflower in Arkansas, and you can see the oil snaked along the roads of this neighborhood, giving you an idea and a perspective of the spill. Crews have deployed about 2,000 feet of boom. They're using 15 vacuum trucks as well, and local responders say they were fortunate that the oil did not make it into the nearby Lake Conway. Exxon shut down its Pegasus pipeline when this leak was noticed Friday afternoon. They say that it can carry more than 90,000 barrels per day of heavy Canadian crude from Illinois to Texas. So they shut it down altogether during this cleanup. But this is the second time in about a week that we're seeing this Canadian crude oil spill in the U.S. There was one on Wednesday. A train derailed in Minnesota, spilling about 15,000 gallons of oil, Nancy. But Exxon is just trying to figure out in this latest incident what the cause was there. So they're investigating that right now.
And this latest spill, of course, probably helping make the case for critics of the Keystone pipeline. Just connect the dots, and how are critics trying to use this latest oil spill in their arguments against Keystone?
Well, it's certainly not great timing. We've seen many protests. This was a pretty big one back in February. 20,000 people showed up protesting the XL pipeline project, the Keystone XL pipeline project, which, as we know, would ship Canada's oil sands, carry Canada's oil sands to the Gulf Coast. The U.S. State Department is considering the fate of that project right now. Supporters saying that it will make the cost of fuel go down and that it'll create jobs in the U.S. Those in Canada also saying it'll create more jobs and the like. But critics point out that it really is, Nancy, oil spills like the one in Arkansas, like the one in Minnesota, that just builds their argument that there are great environmental risks.
Okay, we'll stay on it. Asha, thanks for this.
You're welcome.